So it's 2 weeks away from Christmas and you had all these plans of all these Christmas crafts you wanted to do, but it just didn't happen. Don't worry, I've got you covered. We are going to do a very simple craft today. If you're a beginner, you can definitely do this. It's so easy and it's going to add a cute embellishment to your Christmas table this holiday season. We are going to be making these cute little reindeers with red noses, and all you need is your Cricut machine and some cardstock and of course some Lindor chocolates, but you can also use lollipops for this project as well. If you're new here, my name is Nisha. Welcome to Little Craft Nest, and if you're interested in crafting and Cricut tutorials, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So let's jump onto the computer and get started. So the first thing you're going to do is head over to Design Bundles, and you are going to download this file right here, and I will leave that link down below in the description. If you don't know how to download files and then upload them to Cricut Design Space, I have a tutorial on that, so I'll leave that in the description as well. So we're going to start a new project in Cricut Design Space, and you're going to grab that file you just uploaded. So select your Reindeer SVG and then click on Add to Canvas. So the size of this SVG may not work for the candy you are using. So whether you're using lollipops or Lindors, I've played around quite a bit with the sizing of this image. And for the Lindor chocolates, I came up with a size that I find works really well. So I'm going to change the width of this design to 3.661, and then the height is 8.897. And that's the size I'm using. You can play around with your sizing and decide what works best for you, but I recommend cutting it out on paper before you cut it out on cardstock so you can make sure that the size you're using works. Now you'll notice with this SVG, there's a hole at the top of our little reindeer's head. Now if you wanted to, you could put some ribbon through that hole maybe, but if you don't want that hole, what we can do is go down to contour. I'm just going to click on that little dot on his forehead on the top and then down here as well. And then we can press the X button and those little holes are gone. This little hole at the bottom is our reindeer's mouth, so we want to keep that. Now, if you want to put lollipops in here instead of the Lindor chocolates, what you can do is go over to Shapes and select the first shape here, which is the scoring line. We're going to grab that and then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. And I'm going to change the color here of my reindeers for a second because it's going to be hard to see black on black. So let's make that a light blue. And then you're going to put this scoring line just in the middle of your reindeers there. And you're going to shrink that line down. And then under operation, it says score. So you want to make sure you change that to a basic cut. And then you can select both your reindeers and that line, go up to align and center, and then you can click on attach. So this is just telling your Cricut to cut out a little slit in between so that that stick from the lollipop can go right through. But I'm not doing lollipops today, we are doing chocolates, so I am going to get rid of that line and just press delete. And now we're all set to press make it. Now I want to make more than one of these, and so I'm going to go up to the top where it says project copies, and we're going to do 3, and I'm going to press apply, and we have 3 of them that fit nicely right on one mat. I'm going to be using 12 by 12 cardstock, but if you're using letter size cardstock, you may only want to put 2 on your mat. And then we're going to press continue. And I'm going to be using glitter cardstock today, so I'm going to click on Browse All Materials, type in glitter, and there we have glitter cardstock. Done. And let's load our mat and get our design cut out. So we're just going to grab our cardstock and put it on our blue mat. And then you can go over it with a brayer to get it to stick on there well. So once your reindeer are cut out, we got to take it off the mat, but make sure you're not pulling your cardstock off the mat. You want to pull your mat off the cardstock. So we're going to bend our mat back. I usually like taking the outside off of it first before we peel off the inside. So we have our reindeer here, and I'm just going to peel off one at a time so that I don't wrinkle them. And here they are. Just look how cute they are. I just love that I did them in the glitter gold. It just looks super cute. Okay, now for my favorite chocolate. We are going to be using the red ones, but if you wanted, you could do a different color nose. I like the red. We'll stick with the traditional. And then what we're going to do is simply pop that Lindor in there, and we're going to glue these shut. So I'm using tacky glue, and I'm going to put the glue above his nose, and we're going to cover the ears and the antlers. Once your glue is on one side, just pop that Lindor there. And we are going to close this up. So we're going to line up the two sides and just pinch it together. And then you can just hold it for a few seconds until it's in place. These turned out super cute. You can either have them laying down at a table place setting, or they can be standing just like this. I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and be sure to check out my Christmas playlist. I hope to see you on more crafting adventures.